Right, so basically I have started to do the thermostat. I've drained the system so it's all empty. I've also been changing the horrible little clips that Ford use for for stainless steel Jubilee clips, just for a tighter fit. I have got to get a bigger one for this hose here. So basically, as you can see, I've taken the battery and battery tray out just because I think it was actually easier getting to there's three bolts. I've already taken this off. So there's a bolt there, bolt there, bolt there. Obviously you've got hose down here, hose up here, and there's this one which goes into there just behind. To get that one off behind, I found that just taking this off, giving it a good tug and wiggle, it will come off. So yeah, so you just undo the bolts, and she will basically fall off. Obviously, like I say, I've already drained the system. There you go, thermostat's in there. Obviously, make sure you give that a good clean. From some of the videos I've seen, a lot of the water tunnels are quite rusty. Looks like I've been quite lucky. It looks quite dry, like quite fresh in there. So obviously, I'll just give the face a clean, make sure that's okay. But if we take a stroll down here, unfortunately I don't have a workbench yet, so I'm doing everything like this. Right, so to get the thermostat out, basically you've got these three bolts here. I've already loosened them off. Obviously when undoing these old bolts, just make sure that you give them a bit of loosen, tighten until they come out. Last thing you want to do is snap bolts. For one in the head, because that won't be fun to get those out or re-drill it or anything like that. Plus it's so close to water lines, you don't want to crack in there somewhere. Also, I've never done this before, so this is first time for me as well, but that was nice and easy. There's not too bad in there. I don't know how this is coming out. I've only got one hand. Oh, there we go. And out she comes. There she is. The old girl. Like I said, I believe this was sticking open. Obviously I don't know much about thermostats and how they work. Well, I roughly know how they work and all that. But I'm just going to give that a good clean and see how we go from there. Right, so I assume the right thing to do is to take off the rubber ring from around the old one and place it around the new one. I've pushed that in. So that's looking good if you ask me. Everything else looks alright. I have got two gaskets with this, but the old one doesn't have a gasket, so I'm a bit sort of concerned there why. Unfortunately I didn't get a genuine Ford one, just because the place I get my parts from are always really reliable on their parts. They're so close to OEM parts, it's unbelievable. So that should be good, to be honest. It should do the job it's intended to do. I've given everything a wipe. It was quite dirty, to be fair. I was a bit surprised by that, but yeah, I'll just go back on there, and then Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt, really. Happy days. Right, that's the thermostat in, the housing back on the engine. As you can see, I have put some instant gasket on the face of the block, and obviously on the face of where the thermostat goes. Obviously just a small bead around the edge is all you need. It just helps to seal it up, make sure you don't get no water leaks that way. As you can see, I've put a Jubilee clip down there to go with all the other new ones I've done on the engine bay. Obviously these bolts don't need to be too tight, just hand tight. That's all you need with these. Then it's just a case of obviously putting all the hoses back on, and jobs are good, and you fill the system back up with the correct amount of coolant to water, whatever you want to do really. Like Obviously just make sure you get all the air bubbles out. Got slightly interrupted there. My lovely woman decided to bring me a nice hot cup of tea. So yeah, it's always nice to know you're loved. Right, so yeah, so back to it. Obviously this is all going to set, so they normally recommend to get it all attached within 5 to 10 minutes of putting the sealer on the face of something, get it all attached. Obviously this isn't going to have coolant in it for a few days now. It's just I haven't got time. It's like, what is the time now? It's 10 to 10 in the evening, so I've been out in the garage for about 4 hours tinkering with stuff. Terrible, really. If you want to know what sealant I used this one, Carplan gas tight. It's really good sealant, to be honest. I think it's like £3 odd. Bought that from my local auto factors. Like I say, the guys that I use never let me down for parts so far, so I really can't complain. They supplied all the parts for my new rear subframe when I did that, and to be honest, all the parts are great. I'm actually trying to think of the brand they sell. I'll have to put that in the description below. So yeah, so we're looking good. Obviously this is all preparation for a track day in February at Bedford Autodrome. So we're just basically making sure the car's fit and healthy. Obviously I've got plans to upgrade the brake pads and that, because I want to get some yellow stuff in there, because these are just normal Padgett disc and pads. They're great for the road use. They don't overheat or anything like that on road. I do push this a lot on road. It's just one of those things. Obviously I've got a set of Mondeo ST24 wheels, the 4-spoke fan wheels to go on with track tyres. Obviously I don't want to track the Mo's, the Compromotives. One, they're far too expensive to replace, and two, like, they're just heavy. They are super heavy because they're double walled. They are just so heavy, so that will just slow me down. So obviously, like I was saying, she's all stripped out now. She's got no... Oh, let's get out of the light a little bit. Yeah, so she's got no interior in there, well, apart from the seats and dashboard. And she's got no roof lining. She's completely bare. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. As you can see, I'm working in my garage. I don't have a lot of room to do anything in my garage. So I'm literally working with the smallest gaps and stuff. But hey, it's fun. So yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching, and good evening.